I hope.
It's that time of the week. It's time to get wild. Pete Wild, Pete Wild. As your teams are discussed in an unprofessional style. We're not here to pull punches. We're not here to play nice. We're here to talk football as your teams roll the dice. From transfers to matches, from rumors to stats. The lower league look, the place it's all at.
Oh, well, that was a staggering 2 minutes, Ben, wasn't it?
Oh, it was entertaining, all right. That wasn't expecting so much action in such a short period of time, to be quite honest.
No, so for anyone joining us, we're doing a live watch along of the Barrow Doncaster game. 3 minutes ago, it was 0-0. It's now 2-0 to Doncaster. Joseph Olowu scored from a little tip down header after a free kick. And then Barrow took the kickoff, and I don't even know what they did. He kind of sliced a pass. And
I need to see it back again, really, to describe it. But I think Barrow played Molyneux in, and he just made it home. I'd like to see what the record is between two goals, because it's got to be close.
There, isn't it?
It's got to be, because you can't say there's much more than about 8 to 10 seconds between the kickoff and the ball being in the back of the net again. It was sloppy,
very sloppy. But on that record between two goals, we did it against Bristol City, and I remember it clear as day. We were playing at home. Bristol went 1-up. We took the kickoff. We ran up the other end and scored the equaliser. They took the kickoff, passed it back, and we had David Graham. So Dean Windass scored the first one, and David Graham cut in from the kickoff and smashed it into the bottom corner. Similar sort of style, like probably around the same amount of time. It was bizarre. But I've never really thought about the time between two goals, what the record would be.
I wonder. There's got to be. We'll have to look that up at some point, because we'll find out what the two differences, because it's literally seconds. The nearest comparison for Swindon was Aldershot Accrington last year, when Swindon managed to nearly surrender a 4-0 lead in extra time. And at the end of the game, I think our keeper had just kicking off, tried to run up the box and slam a kick up the field for the game to be called, and it got blocked, and the shot ended up getting cleared off the line, deep into injury time, which made it 4-4. Now that would have been the freakish game that I've entered a game I've ever seen. I almost wish it happened, because who comes back from 4-0 down in injury time?
It was. I watched it. I think you were doing a watch along, and I jumped on. Edgeworth is saying that Salford scored 2 against us in the minute 90+4 and 90+5 to lose 3-2.
That's got to hurt.
Yeah, that's got to be painful. Just to say though, to be honest here, before the 2 goals, or before the first, Barrow better team.
Yeah, no, Barrow front foot, created most of the chances. Donny hadn't really done anything of anything note, and it just looked like at some point Barrow are going to take the lead. But I think teams at the top do what teams at the top do, and if they just hang on, you give them a sniff, they take the lead, and then Barrow chuck one in for them. So it's all Donny at the minute. Yeah,
it's a strange one. So hey Ben, let's talk about last night's games, because obviously we played, you played.
Yep.
2 completely different games. We never looked like losing, but then at the same time, we didn't really do anything. We were last night probably the better of 2 poor sides last night. You guys never looked like winning and won.
Well, that first half, it was Kennedy again, because it just felt like we turned the back a few pages. You know how I was like in the WhatsApp chat. I was fuming. I thought we'd moved on from this. So that side of performance, that first half, it was pedestrian, it was slow, it was predictable, it was cumbersome. Tranmere started the game with a low block. We knew exactly they'd lost their previous 7 away games. We knew what they were going to do. Davison's cross, it was a cross, it wasn't a shot, goes in early. And we act shell shocked for the remaining 40 minutes. We don't do a thing. We don't lay a finger on their goal. We don't really have any sort of a committed attack. And I've seen it all before. I've seen it all before at the start of the season under Kennedy. It was so pedestrian, so easy for Tranmere. Luckily, the second half was a complete, it was a turnaround with the energy. But, we didn't test the keeper as much as we wanted to, but we hit the woodwork and we went a few close shaves. But, yeah, it just kept knocking on the door. And eventually they were knackered. And, we got the breakthrough. And once we equalised, they all hit the floor. I knew we'd win. But, yeah, it was first 45 minutes were as bad as it was this season. I've seen live under Kennedy. I was not a happy bunny, but it turned out all right in the end. Another huge win for us, and a big blow for Tranmere. That would have hurt, especially with the two suspensions. The two suspensions won't do them anyway. Decent players as well, with Cameron Norman as well. He's a good player, and Drysdale, their centre back. So they've got a few problems going to their next game now.
Yeah, it's John says, "Who's that?" Sounds like them, but don't look like him.
Oh God, I've had that. I've had so much ribbon. I can't wait for it. It's stubbly now. It's coming back. It's stubble. It's actual. You can't tell because the poor picture quality, but it just looks like I'm.
The other day, he honestly, you could have put Ben's head on upside down the other day, and it would have looked no different.
No, I don't know.
It was bald, to say the least. It's Doncaster seem to have taken a little bit of control of this year. It's strange. Edgeworth just said that for Wimbledon are drawing their way into 8th on Saturday, nailed on 0-0. They're playing us. I don't see a 0-0. I don't see a 0-0 at all. I think we kick on. I'm not saying we're gonna win, but I think the game's gonna have goals in it. I can't see anything but. So, oh God, that was a horrific back pass there. Carrying on. Donny, back and forth a little bit this game. Charles says League One again, ole ole. Aye, Charles, because that never steers you.
Oh, come on, buddy. You know better. Long way to go. Such a tight league. Just be pleased that you're winning. I'll tell you, if Barrow get the next goal, though, this isn't guaranteed. This game's still on. Yeah, one goal and it completely changes everything.
And the thing is, Charles, Barrow have been the better side. Right. Yeah. Well, we've got Dave Hockerdale. It's one half of Right Said Fred, Mike. I'll have you know.
I've had Phil Mitchell, Grant Mitchell, Right Said Fred. I've had Uncle Fester. I've had obviously Dr. Evil, Mini Me.
Uncle Fester's probably my favourite one. What else can we have? What's the old man called in Breaking Bad?
Oh, is it Harvey?
He's called Mike, isn't he? I think he's called Mike. Charles says, I'm fully confident in promotion this year. This year is our year, in my opinion. Can I ask why, Charles? Can I ask what makes you that confident? Because you haven't looked like a promotion side, in my opinion, anyway. It's everyone from second down has been pretty bang average. What makes you think it's nailed on? And Harry says, question of the night: what beer is Ben drinking?
Do you know what? Because I'm on a diet, it's Peroni. Now I'm going to lose my man points here because it's low in pointage. It's Peroni Zero, so it's not real Peroni. But it's only I'm on Pilsner.
I want a Perlenbacher Pilsner.
I'm drinking this because I'm on a diet, people. I'm on Weight Watchers, and it's only 2 points a bottle, other than like 8 points for a proper real one. And I'm not on the piss tonight, but I want the taste.
Well, this Ben is it's Lidl's own, so it's exclusive to Lidl. It's 500 ml, so it's the big bottles, and it's £1.10. And it's delightful.
You can't get far wrong.
No.
It's a guzzler. It's sort of after a long day and you have to sip and half the bowl's gone.
Yeah, walk through the door, crack one open, and just as soon as it touches your lips, you're just like, oh, that's what I've needed all day.
Long day.
So Charles says, to be honest with you, I think there's been games where we have secured points where we may haven't deserved to. Moments in games we've dug in and we're resilient, and I feel good about these players. I agree. You've picked up points where you, like you say, you probably didn't deserve to. I think this league's got a couple more twists and turns yet, and I think that there's someone not in the conversation at all that's going to be in it, and I don't know who it is. Do you know what? It could be Fleetwood.
General, I was going to say, I think they've had a flip, but see if they come on after that, because they're a team that do have the ability and the manager of the know-how to surprise and come out from nowhere. There's always one that does from mid-table that jumps up. I don't know it to be us, but we're too many points behind. But yeah, we'll see. Chow, it's one for you, mate. Who's your next 5 games against, and what are your score predictions for each one of them? I know you'll come out with a detailed explanation of each game.
Edgeworth says he's never drunk out of a glass bottle in his life. All about the cans. The cans, they taste different for me.
The bottles taste
glass bottle hits different. The glass bottle hits so much better. So while Charles thinking of that, Charles saying, "Do you think we're finishing the playoffs then? If you were to name a top 3 now, who would it be?" So we were talking about this before we came on, weren't we, Ben?
Yeah, we did. You won't like my answer, Charles.
No, but I'm not saying I agree, but I can see it. So Ben, I'll let you. Where do you think Doncaster are finishing, Ben? I
think they will miss out on last day. I think they'll finish 8th myself. I think it'll be a lot.
I can see why. And like Dale's just said here, they've got Notts County last game at season.
Oh, there you go, nailed on. Yes. I think Notts County. I think that game might be. I think Notts County will make playoffs simple. I think you might sneak top 3, to be quite honest. But it could be a case of when it takes all.
I think that right now, if form carries on how I think it will, and like teams carry on playing the way I think they will, I think Walsall will win it. I know they're having a little blip. I think Notts County will finish 2nd, and I think Fleetwood could nick 3rd.
Oh, that really would be a surge, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I just think that he's kind of. They know they don't have the best squad in the league. They know that, but he knew that at Barrow, and he made them so hard to play against. And Fleetwood have kind of have learned how to do that already. I mean, we're seeing the results already under Pete Wild at Fleetwood. That it looked like there were about 40 players on pitch then, but yeah, we're seeing the results now already. And I'm just thinking, like, imagine even if they don't go up, and I'll go on record and say this here: if Fleetwood don't go up, they'll win the league next year. I really think they will. I think the team that they'll build will be everything that Barrow was, but better. And they were so hard to play against. I think that they'll win, and I think they'll build them. I think what they'll do is they'll build defense around one player, they'll build midfield around one player, they'll build forward around one player. So they'll have main man in each role. And I think that those 3 key players will be very, very, very good players. So, I mean, look, there's not. I know clubs in this league send scouts out. Scouts are out looking at games, things like that. Pete Wild and Adam Temple, who's the assistant, they are still very old school and do it all themselves. And I love that. The amount of times that I've spoken to temps is they're at a random game, like watching an under-18s FA Cup game, or Hannah will be at Stockport and she's like, Pete's sat next to us, like he's just on the row here. And I'm like, he doesn't stop. None of them stop. And that's something that's sort of missing lately. So Charles answered your question, Ben.
Okay, Don's 2-1 win. Possible.
Win 2-1.
Yeah, I get up and they're stuttering in a minute. Chesterfield away. Tough.
Losing.
That.
Is that losing, Chal? I'm guessing that's losing. Yeah, it will be because he's done Crystal Palace at home 2-0 to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, no, I get that. Grimsby at home. Actually, I see that. Yeah, Grimsby on the slide at the minute. I think they'll be...
Morecambe away 3-0.
I don't think that... Ooh.
I don't see a 3-0. I see a win. But I think Morecambe are very, very hard to...
If you win, it's 1-0. If you win, it's 1-0. I see that 1-1.
Oh, he said Chesterfield away is a 1-0 Doncaster win. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he said Accrington away 3-0. So Charles saying maximum points. He's saying maximum points. 1 goal conceded, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 scored, 1 conceded.
That would be sort of ideal, but I can't. Accrington won't be as Accrington away for anyone in the league is not as easy as you make out to be, because it's a horrible little ground. It's cold, it's enclosed, and they're fighting for their lives at the minute. And they're good enough to pick up a result against pretty much anyone on their day. They also can lose 21. It wouldn't surprise me if they won 3-0, but it wouldn't surprise me if like Accrington turn them over 2-0. Again, I wouldn't raise an eyebrow at that. Same Morecambe as well. They're another team that will give any team. Well, they did. We'll talk about the Bradford game in a sec if you want. But Morecambe again, they've got a nasty, horrible manager that will do their research, and if they keep it tight at the back, there's always a set play or something that can happen. So maybe, but we'll see.
Edgeworth says they're 2 for 2 for playoff final wins. Who wants it? Yeah, but Edgeworth, you're only 20 years old as a club, so it's not. It is what it is.
Swindon won their first 3 trips to Wembley and then lost their next 3. So, it's all on the day, really, isn't it? To be honest, it's all about preparation, how good the team is, and form, and all that. The
reason why they run a games is a positive one is because Molyneux's hit form. The best centre-back pairing in the league, in my opinion, has been consistent. Keeper is getting better every week, and Crew is a good one. Do you think it's the best centre-back pairing? I think you've got one of the best centre-backs. Do you think it's the best centre-back pairing? I think Olowu's up there. I don't know whether he's best. I still have a, and I know obviously he's at Barrow and people go, oh, he's at Barrow, blah, blah, blah. I still have a really soft spot for Niall Canavan. And we spoke tonight, Ben, about Theo Vassell, Barrow's top goal scorer. It's like...
Well, those two have kept Barrow out their noses clean this season because they don't score a lot of goals, but they're quite hard to break down. And I watched them the other day, Caravan and Vassell. I think in a better team, it would be as good as partnership as any. But yeah, they don't let many chances, and you don't see them giving away many mistakes either. And they both have their own qualities about them. Vassell's got a little bit of the dark arts about him, which I love that in a defender. Obviously, he's the one that got Harry Smith sent off by constantly little jibs, and then Harry lost his ball. But that's how they play. And teams do that. Tranmere did that the other day. He got booked, wind him up. That's how you do Harry Smith. You wind him up because he reacts. He's got that fire inside him. That he needs that. He needs that for his game. He needs to be that little nasty bastard. But if you get it wrong, he's potential red card, and clubs pick up on that.
He's a potential liability in the stage.
Yeah, well, he must be near 10 bookings already. He got another booking again last night when there was a clash off the ball and he was wrestling with the defender, and the ref just booked them both. But I know for a fact that all day they'd have been like tugging his shirt or the little digs and that, and just whispering in his ear. You know what you do with Harry Smith. I think that's the devil in him.
It's what works. As Tucker said here, Fleetwood just missing a striker now, because Coughlin out for 9 months. Pete Wild football is simple but effective for us to be in the playoff shot forwarded. Either that or you get Kean Harrott working right. But I think he's nailed it. Pete Wild football is simple but effective. And Pete's so after you played MK Dons, it was MK Dons last week when you beat MK Dons. I spoke to Pete and I said, that's a cracking result for you. And his response is quite simple. He said, you don't play teams at their game. And it's true. It's true, isn't it? You don't play a team at the. Why would you train all week and go to another club to play football their way? You don't. The winner is the one that doesn't break. You want your team to be the one that they try and play like, and that's what happened. It's 2-1. Sorry, Ben.
That's all right. No, remember what I said though. If this gets 2-1, then it's going to happen. I was about to have a corner taken right now on the cusp of half time. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah,
49 minute as well.
Right on the stroke half time. It's 2-1. It's Emil Aqua. Corners come in. Keeper's kind of flapped at it. It's a big crowded box. Oh, there's a pull on the keeper's shirt there. There is a pull on the keeper's shirt. He's kind of been pulled forward.
We're going to VAR, are we?
I would go to VAR. Who's number 9 for Barrow? He has pulled his shirt there. That's a pull. So yeah, it's not great. Charles has said
you can't say it's not deserved though.
Oh, they've deserved a goal. They shouldn't have been 2-0 down. It was just a lapse of concentration. It's half time. Yeah. Edgeworth said Joe Lewis is the best centre back in League Two. Go look at his track back against Crewe last night. Seasons aren't made on one game. And Lancaster Bantam said, I'm looking at autos now rather than playoffs. Think it's us or Donny for third. I don't ever put us up in it. I just don't. I think it's just for my own sanity because people will come back and kick me in the ass if I say, oh, we're going to make it and we don't. I just try and stay out of it. But I'd love to see us do it. We'll see what happens.
Isn't it good though when you get to last day and there's 2 or 3 teams that can make that third spot though? I love that on last day.
Well, everyone's on their little walkie talkie. 2 or 3 teams that could make the playoffs going into the last game. And that's when Mansfield lost out. But Dale's saying here, Jatta and McGoldrick have scored 25 goals between them so far this season. We have Gillingham away on Saturday, who've scored 24 all season. Gillingham still haven't got over that from 2 years ago, the low scoring. They don't seem to be able to do it. But yeah, it's that thing with Gillingham. If you score one, you're pretty much guaranteed at least a point.
Yeah.
Because they'll get one back, they'll draw. If you get a second, you're most likely going to win. I just don't know. Charles listing his transfer. There's no
Scandinavian players there, Charles.
This is the summer window as well, Ben. This isn't even
the summer window. This is so, Charles. This is your League One push, is it?
Yeah, yeah. And then
Ayr United.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, go on. Ayr United. Jamie McDonnell at Notts Forest. Kyle McAllister. And Charles says, this is his new badge. Hope you like it. Inspired by Palmeiras. I do like it. It reminds me of a beer label. It reminds me of a Madry beer label.
Yeah, it does a bit, actually. It reminds going to the pub. You've got local beers. There you go. Some Viking for you. Viking Charles. There you go. Have some of
that. Yeah, there you go. And no Platt. Oh, is Platt out? Is he banned or injured?
Ooh.
Danny's saying should have been a free kick. It should have been a free kick on the keeper, Danny, but at the same time, you can't say Barrow don't deserve a goal in this because overall, they've been the better side, aside from that little 5-minute spell where you got those 2 goals, and obviously one of them was a stupid mistake. I think they've been the better side and created the chances.
Earn your luck.
Edgeworth says, Grimsby away on the last game of the season. Worst come to the worst. We have a sad fish and chips evening. Well,
at least your fish and chips were good in Grimsby.
I was going to say, no, not really a better place to be in to have it, is there? No. And then obviously, no chance to get McDonnell. If he continues, he'll be playing in the Championship next season for sure. It's all ifs and buts, isn't it? And then Edgeworth says, any update on the charity game? Yeah, right now we're kind of not 100% sure. We put a lot of things on the back burner just while we restructured. And to be honest, we haven't really spoken about it. It will happen. It's just when, and it's finding a ground that will suit us all. We've got quite a few clubs that have said that their pitches are available, so it will be at any EFL football ground, which is good. But it's just finding out when and how we're going to position it and how we're going to do it right. So Yeah, it's half time, 2-1, which is beautiful. It's a good game. It's a good game, Ben.
Yeah, no, you didn't know quite what to expect, whether it would be what sort of a game it is, but it's very watchable. It's very watchable. Yeah, both teams going for it. I think Barrow needed that goal before half time because that really will open up the game in the second half. And I don't think we've seen the end of the scoring. I think there'll be some more.
Donny will be fuming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They'll be going mental at half time. They'll be knocking on the rest door and everything. Good.
Lancaster Bantam says, what did you think of Wright's return last night? For me, he's still not a left wing back, and I'd rather him be played as a forward, but there's not really any space for him. Could you see him pushed out the door? No, do you know what? In answer to your last question, no. If you'd have asked me 4 days ago, yeah. That's that's pretty much it. But yeah, no, I don't. He's not going to leave now.
Well, Bradford are a funny club, really, with their superstars. They're either top of the tree and adored, or they fall down the pecking order so quickly. I mean, Wright was a player when you signed him permanently. Everyone off. Obviously, we've got Walker as well. Last year, one of the best number 10s in the league. Obviously your fans have a love-hate relationship with most of your players. You know, it's you could be top of the tree 1 minute, give it a month later, and you're hello 5V.
5V joining us.
How you doing, boys?
All right, mate. How was the old kickboxing and everything?
Oh, it was a difficult one today. It wasn't my best, but it was all right. It was all right. I see the facial hair slowly coming back then.
It is actually. Thank you for noticing. The camera's terrible, but it's like I've got the sort of like almost the Tramp sort of length at the moment. It's sort of neither one or the other, but certainly not clean. Have you seen the goals so far, Fifey?
I've literally just switched it on Sky Plus now, so I'm just seeing the Doncaster number 5 scoring the second touch goal there.
Wait for the second goal, Fifer.
And think Accrington last season.
So, by the way, it's a beautiful little cross floated in by Molyneux.
Oh my God, not straight from kickoff. Surely not straight from kickoff. Oh no way. Oh dear God, that's awful.
I know. Doesn't that take you back to Accrington?
Oh wow.
He's panning it, Piper.
That was you can see that's a Flynn ball if I ever seen that before.
Yeah, we've seen this story play out a couple of times in the last year or so.
The thing is, the defender that does it, the number 5 that does it, before the pass comes to him, he points to the defender who's got it and tells him to pass it back to the keeper. He doesn't want it because the Molyneux's coming on to him. He knows Molyneux's there. He's pointed for him to pass it back, and he's passed it straight to him. So he's sliced it first time.
I'm just watching, as I say, I've literally just got in from my training and I've switched it on. So I'm just watching the halftime highlights here. And the opportunity that, I've just seen the Barrow goal. That's poor defending as well.
You see, again, that's a very Swindon-esque because look at the keeper.
I was going to say the chance before that, I wasn't wholeheartedly convinced by. Oh wow!
Is that the deflection?
Yeah,
is that the deflection? The one off his ass.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, that's terrible on two perspectives. The goalkeeper is terrible there, and the defender, the defender has sort of feigned an attempt to head it without actually doing anything constructive at all.
So when you see like the wide angle of it, the keeper's it's a foul on the keeper. The keeper's pulled forward away from the ball by his shirt.
Well, if anything, I don't think they could give it though, because before the ball's even been kicked, a Barrow player gets thrown to the floor in the middle, so it's a penalty.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. They don't have no complaints. No complaints.
It's been a good one. It's been a good one.
It's been a good one. So I was just going back to yesterday's game last night. I was really interested to find yesterday comments by the former Bradford manager or his views on the Bradford and some key quotes. I find interesting.
Was this the one that you randomly put in our WhatsApp chat earlier?
I saw that, and I went, Bradford were there for the taking in a match that Morecambe offered very little. And I just thought it was very much the kind of interview that he does when he loses a game. That's why I love him.
It's Derek being Derek. He knows full well, because he commented on the atmosphere as well, which again, it gets under.
I know what you're doing.
He knows what he's doing. He knows how to get under people's skin, and I don't see an issue with it. I think it's I've made no sort of. I've made it no secret that I'm a fan of Derek Adams, not just as a football manager. I think he's a good football manager. I think he knows he's good at what he does, and if he's given time, he makes it work. But as a person, I'll always have a lot of time for Derek. I've always said that. I've talked about him today, actually.
Can you send Ollie some love, please, Liam? He's feeling out of it.
I don't think Ollie. Which Ollie? This Ollie.
Yeah.
So the 606ers will be coming back, Ollie. It's just we are.
I've been pushing for it, Ollie.
Yeah, we're just experimenting, and it's just to give. I don't know. It's I suppose to just change it up a little bit, so that because being completely honest, we got to a point I think where it was. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it being like the same people and stuff, but the way Donny's season was going last year, the way Swindon's season was going. Nothing changed. There was no variance to it, was it? And we all just ended up every week. Ben telling us how good they were, us telling us that it was shit. And so it was. Do you know what? Do
you know what, Ollie? To give Liam a break here. So I've been pushing for it to come back as well. I also have some ideas to pitch to Hannah and Liam about what they can do to make it more. So. Yeah, I'll be as much as I can for the 0.05% influence I have on this now as a regular panelist.
We've all got the same influence.
I will be a driving force for it, Ollie, to bring it back. Don't you worry.
We
don't have the same influence. Don't get. Yeah.
Well, it'll be back. The thing is, there's the option. There is the option for Monday, for the deadline day, for that to be done as a 606.
That works as a 606 as well, I think.
Yeah, so maybe that is it. Monday we do the 8 till 11 or 8 till half 11, whatever it may be, and we do the 606 as a deadline day space. Maybe that. If not, and we do one of these, we did say that it would be one where the link was posted on Twitter, so anyone can join. You don't have to join with your face. You can join, just have your voice. So it'll be Mondays will be interactive, definitely interactive, a lot more interactive, whether it's a 606 or not. But I think we just we'll make that.
However, on the flip side, by the way, is this one YouTube only? Because I missed the start.
No, this is on all of them at the minute. Because this is just a watch along.
Ollie, this is still fully interactive. Get in the chat. Don't just comment on what's going on. Send all sorts of nonsense.
Yes.
Lower league look, love it. Fools Rush in, love it. The chat is what makes these. It's not us chatting rubbish. It's what goes on in the chat that gives us something to talk about.
If anyone's got any views, sorry, Liam, carry on.
Carry on.
I'm just saying, anyone's got anything to say about last night? Anyone opinions of a game they went to, where the refs were shite, the refs were great, any particular good performances, any controversial moments, anything that we've seen? If you don't like what one of us has said, then come say it.
Yeah, come say it. Come say it to our faces.
Yeah, tell us.
So I have a question for the chat then. So Charles given his sort of next 5 games and where he thinks Donny will finish. I want to know, based on right now, and I know I said it the other night and we were all having a giggle, 2 points off the autos with a game in hand. We are actually, I think, in the autos now, unless so much changed. Mind you, Donny might be back up there now, but we were in the autos. But we've still got that game in hand. So where do you see...
according to Sky, you're currently sitting 4th.
We're 4th, 2 points behind Donny. Yeah, we're good with the game in hand still. Where do you see Bradford finishing this season?
That's for the chat. That we don't have to answer that, Ben. It's fine.
For you guys as well, where do you think Bradford will finish this season?
I mean... I'll be honest, I don't know too much about what potentially you're looking to do in the next couple of days.
Nothing. A goalkeeper. That's it. And, which is looking like it's going to be Wallacott. That's it.
But I mean, the proof's in the pudding. As you said the other day, you're the form side in the league at the moment as well. I think this is the chance you've been waiting for automatics. Aside from the fact that we've all said this is the worst League Two, has been for years. This is the most consistent you've been for years. How much Cook's injury will derail you? It hasn't thus far, so it shouldn't. And I mean, I'm looking at the teams around you. Walsall have now they've now lost 2 in a row, I think. Yeah,
and they've not just lost 2 in a row. They've failed to score.
Yeah,
and they've been horrific. Their fans are saying, "What is going on?"
Notts County, I think, are another decent side, but I'm looking at the teams that are also in the mix with you. So the ones just below you. It would show how bad, like, no disrespect. I mean, no disrespect when I say this, because obviously these sides are doing very well this season. But it would show how bad this league has been if Crewe or Wimbledon or even to an extent Salford get promoted automatically. So really, Bradford by default should go up just because no one else is actually that good.
Yeah,
And I say that, I say that understanding I'm a Swindon fan and we're awful.
Yeah, no, but that sometimes it takes. I don't know. You'll have seen the best of teams because they'll have come to you and wanted to put them performance on. So no,
but this is why I'm saying it, because I'm looking at the likes of Crewe and Wimbledon. I'm thinking they played us when we've been awful, and they still haven't been very good.
Yeah. We've done what we've always failed to do, which is see games out. We've been good at that. So it's like when we played you guys, we weren't great, but we did what we needed to do. Last night, we weren't great. We did what we needed to do. Saturday was a statement. We needed to make it. And I think the second we smelt blood, it was like, oh, here we go. And we made it. We made the statement. And that's always good to do. So for me, this Saturday will be a good one. Wimbledon, I don't think we have the greatest record there. I'm sure I know where Edgeworth were coming from. I think we've drawn like 5 of our games there or something like that. So let's see what happens.
I've just noticed, sorry, this is more for Ben than you, Liam, because I'm sure you've already covered it. Apologies again for missing. But where I train Tuesday and Wednesday nights, I don't see a lot of or I don't focus too much. Like I caught the end of Swindon. I saw the good. I saw the good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I was just having a look while you guys were chatting there at the other results, and that win has come very timely for us because just about every other result went our way last night as well.
But this is what I was saying. Like, if that win hadn't come for you last night, if you went to turn that last minute, all of a sudden that gap doesn't look as good, and all it takes is just for those teams to just turn up. And then it was weird, wasn't it, to see everybody picking up points down there.
I've got one for the chat as well, by the way. I know everyone's preempting. I know us three are preempting. Another very dollars dishwater deadline day that we'll have to make entertaining just by being nonsense. So I don't recognise a lot of the names in the chat, obviously, because I haven't been lower league look forever. So everyone, unless it's obvious, send me your team name and one position you need before deadline day so that we know what you're looking for.
So I send that to you said, do you want it on Twitter or do you want it on?
No, in the chat while we're doing this.
In the chat.
So we can see what everyone's looking for. So we know Bradford want a keeper. We know Swindon want a keeper.
Well, no. Bradford as a club are prioritising the keeper. Bradford fans know we need a striker.
Oh, nearly.
We need to replace Andy Cook. We haven't replaced Andy Cook. We needed a second striker before Cook got injured, and we now need. Obviously, we brought in Michael Mellon, who's not playing any football whatsoever. And we still need another one. So if I had to pick someone, and it's been a rumor, but it's a rumor that's been debunked and it's not happening, is Manny. I got Ben to say it last week. No. Do you know what? I don't think Matt Smith would work for us. As much as
no, not Matt. Michael.
Harry. Who?
Michael Smith.
Who's Michael Smith?
Oh, just random.
Oh.
just random.
Then I was thinking about Harry Smith. No, we
no, not Harry Smith.
Well, that was the rumor as well. But no, Manny Disarugwe, or how you say it.
Go on, Ben. Do it again for me.
No, I've done it. I'm not playing. I'm not a performing monkey.
No, he's a shaved performing monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manny D would be probably a very, very good replacement. But again, don't know whether it'd work. It's just, looking at how he plays football, it's a similar style.
So, Ben, dive into your knowledge of recent years. Ollie's a Colchester fan and says that they're light in midfield. So, which player of Swindon's past of the last 3 years is available?
Louis Reed's getting a game at Mansfield, so I don't think they'll get him. Who's that one that was at Bradford a few years ago? I've forgotten his name. He left us to go Bradford. He wasn't part of that squad as well. Ryan East. Yeah, get Ryan East in. He's a store.
Do you know something? He's at Rochdale. I still think
he would do a job, by the way.
Do a job.
I still think Ryan East was massively underutilized at Bradford and should have been used so much more. He never put a foot wrong when he played for us. He just didn't get many opportunities. So yeah, Ryan East from Rochdale is a great shout. I would also say
I'm still praying for O'Donnell at Blackpool, by the way.
Well, O'Donnell coming in for you guys. Yeah,
make it happen, Liam.
We can only ask the question.
Yeah.
I seem to will these things into existence for Swindon.
Yeah, exactly. Manifest it.
I still think, and we've mentioned it in our chat a few times, and I think on podcast as well, I still think McCurdy will turn up at Colchester this season.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. He's going to turn up somewhere on deadline day in League Two. You just wonder who. We go on a McCurdy watch if you want. That might be a good idea.
Imagine the McCurdy watch night. Lives away this time, so she wouldn't have to live through it. She wouldn't have to go through what we went through last time, and we had the dreams in the build up to it of him chasing my dog and Molyneux's run it out of play. Still 2-1 to Doncaster.
Dale said that Notts County need a striker, something different to what they've got. And as one of the teams with the better goal differences, I find that fascinating.
You've got goal scorers, you greedy shit. Like, can you get someone shit to make you worse? That's what you need.
Have they replaced Crowley, the most bizarre transfer in League Two? Have they replaced him?
No, they haven't replaced him, have they? I haven't seen that they've replaced him, but Notts have depth. They've had it for a bit now. So I think that Notts are all right.
Yeah.
Charles, Bradford City needs to take a risk in the Scandinavian market.
Yes, Charles. Yes, Charles. Get Bjorn, whatever his name is.
Now, there's a boy that's either clocked up a lot of air miles or spends too much time on transfer market.
He spends too much time on transfer market. He starts.
Love you, Chow.
He's already sorted his summer transfer targets out for Doncaster.
Yeah, they're League One summer transfer targets, by the way, because Donny are going up.
But just on this, I think League Two clubs, for Ben's sake, need to just avoid the Scandinavian market, just so
and the South American market.
And the South America, just basically anybody that doesn't have the name Johnson or Smith,
and possibly even the Scottish market.
The Scottish, anything more than 4 letters, I think.
That's a great ball. Barrow on the attack.
So far behind you.
Go on. Ooh, corner.
Again, Barrow started the strongest in this half.
I'll stick my neck out. This game's finishing 2-2.
While I wait to see if how many different clubs you've got fans of watching willing to go in the chat, Liam, I've got a question for you as well.
Yeah. Oh, go on then.
If you could sign one player from each of the teams we're watching, who are you taking?
One player from each team we're watching.
Yeah, you can sign one. You can sign one Barrow player and one Doncaster player to improve the current Bradford squad.
Niall Canavan from Barrow. We should have never, ever let him go. That is a horrific.
That is an awful corner, by the way. That's why I was asking the question. I saw it. I was like, we can't talk about this corner.
Niall Canavan. We should have never sold him to Barrow. Derek Adams sold him because apparently Derek Adams singled a player out after a game and Canavan spoke up. 2 days later, sold to Barrow.
By the way, the second corner was almost as bad. He's got a third attempt at it.
Oh my God!
Please, he's gone short this side because he just can't do it.
And I'd take Luke Molyneux. I think those are, for me. So Charles saying an easy one for me. Dean Campbell, perfect signing. Don't care if it costs 100k. Charles, I don't believe Dean Campbell's actually doing for Barrow what you think he's doing. He's not getting the chances. I don't think. And I really like Dean Campbell, but I don't think you'd be paying 100 grand for him. I think.
Oh, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
I just can't see it. I can't see anyone needing to pay money for Dean Campbell tonight, right now. Like, I think you'd be able to get him.
Who's your 750?
What, Swindon? What we need? Goalkeeper?
Two players, one from each side. Yeah.
See, I don't have the same level of knowledge as Liam. Molyneux's a great shout, though. Molyneux's a great shout. I've been a big fan for a long time.
Yeah.
Barrow. I'm just watching this at the same time to see. I don't want to say Tyler Smith. Do you know what? I'm not. This is going to sound stupid given our position, I know, and I appreciate that. Oh, why is he on the floor? But given our knack of getting defenders injured a lot and then not having options, Theo Vassell wouldn't be a bad option.
That's exactly what I would have said to Theo Vassell. A proper good battler, dark arts, no nonsense defender. And I'd gone Donny keeper as my other one because we need a keeper. Yeah, I know.
Scott saying there, Ben's still on a delay. That was brilliant. That was pretty funny.
Another corner. Barrow all over them at the minute.
They were.
This game finished in 2-0.
And then this happened in the first half, and then 2 minutes later it was 2-0 Donny. The Tyler Smith Twitter debacle was funny. It was brilliant. Was the Tyler Smith stuff? The guy claiming, well, just basically pretending to be Tyler for a joke, and the club bloody liking it and following him. And
I see the comment there from Lancaster fans again. A goalkeeper mentioned.
We need a goalkeeper. We've got.
That's a better corner. Oh, off the line.
We've got Sam Walker, but then all we've got then is we've got Jake Hady, who's a young player, but he's not played a single minute. So he's our third choice. Our second choice is Colin Doyle, who's 39 years old. He's our goalkeeper coach. So,
doesn't even get to play the cup competition. Oh, no, he takes the cup competitions, doesn't he? So that the young man never gets the game.
He doesn't anymore. He did.
That's an awful ball.
But there's just no competition for Sam Walker. And that it looks like we're going to sign Wallacott. It does look like we're going to sign Wallacott. I'm
not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not disappointed that we don't sign him, but he is still better than what we've got.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Oh my word! That is terrible defending, by the way. I know they've got away with it, but that is terrible defending.
It's a strange cross, though.
Just a nonchalant outside of the foot cross, and they will just let it go across the goal mouth.
A nonchalant outside of the foot cross from there is ridiculous.
Don't get to see it happen.
Dale's asked the question here. You could sign one player from any other team in League Two.
Oof.
Are we talking? So we're talking now, like if they're fit. So even if they're out injured, we're still including them like as if they were fully fit.
Okay.
Do you know what? Because we need a striker. I would take Carl Hendry from MK, and I've always liked Hendry from MK. Well,
yes,
when he was at Salford as well, I would take Carl Hendry. But yeah, see,
this is a difficult one because I'm tempted with who would I really like in the Swindon shirt versus what we actually need right now. Obviously,
if they've ever played for Crawley, just have a look at them last season in Crawley's shirt, and you'll see them in this year's.
So there you go,
isn't it? Obviously, as we've said multiple times, I'd be looking at any of the top goalkeepers in the league.
Yeah.
If we're looking realistically what we need. However, if I could have any player, and there are so many talented players, but I'm looking at what generally happens in football. One player who on a couple of occasions I've seen him live has always impressed me. And because of the history that whenever we get a player from Bradford, he's quite good, I would take Poynton.
Poynton?
Yeah, I mean, Poynton would. Poynton would thrive in pretty much every team in this league. I think give it 12 months, and if he's still with us this time next season, Bobby Poynton will be the best player in the league. He's getting better and better week.
Best player in League One at that point, yeah.
If we're still here and he's with us. He'll be the best
player. By the way, there's no way. There's surely no way that if you're still here, he's still here. Surely.
I don't even think he's still here if we go up.
Okay.
There was championship clubs knocking.
I was going to say championship clubs must be looking.
Yeah, there was allegedly Sunderland knocking in the summer. So yeah, we'll see. Look, we'll see. But we just have to enjoy him while we've got him.
So, in your time as a supporter, and Ben, I suppose in your time as a supporter, what club has traditionally given you the best loan players?
Bradford.
Ours is Bradford.
It's Bradford for you, isn't it?
Bradford, sweet on in. Tottenham Bradford.
Although, I'm trying to think, who else have we had on loan from Leeds? Because Milner wasn't a bad loan signing back
James
in the day.
Milner was pretty good. Other Leeds on Leeds loanee. We've had some shit Leeds loanees, though.
Man United, actually. Jimmy Davis, Tom Heaton.
Jimmy Davis. All right.
Have you ever had a bad loan from Bradford, though?
Have we had a bad loan from Bradford?
Whereas we can say we've had a bad loan from Man United.
Yeah, we have. Because we have Michael Carrick and stuff, haven't we, from West Ham, if you want to go that far.
Back in the West Ham
who's giving us the best?
Lancaster Bantam's like, hands off Poynton.
It's got to be, I would say...
And we can't say, like, just because one player has been that good, like, it's someone who's given you a few good players over the years.
It's probably Spurs, isn't it, for us? It has to be Spurs.
Spurs has got to be a shout, actually, yeah. Villa, maybe, if you're a Louis Barry fan, because we had a couple of others from Villa that were actually quite good.
Mm.
I wasn't a Barry fan at Swindon.
I don't think we've ever had a consistent club that's loaned as good players.
Well, you haven't had a Bradford?
Yeah, we haven't had a Bradford at Bradford.
It's amazing that.
I don't know. I think, look, I know we're not basing it on one player, but it is the only one I can think of is like who our best loan player.
Best loan players, yeah.
Has been, and I would say, especially more recently, consistently for the season, Scott Banks from Crystal Palace, but in terms of the first half of the season, we only had him on loan for the first half before they sold him. Tyreek Wright when he first came, and that was when I sat in the away end with you guys, and I was like, I said, "What first 20 minutes we'll let you attack?" I said, and then just watch what Tyreek Wright, and he did exactly what we said. 20 minutes nearly almost, and he took it, didn't he, down that side right in front of us and scored the goal.
Good goal.
Yeah, that Tyreek Wright was a very, very good play, but I don't know really. I think Scott Banks over the course, we didn't get promoted because we subbed Scott Banks. We genuinely didn't get promoted because we subbed Scott Banks off after he got the assist for the equaliser against Carlisle in that second leg, and we subbed him off and went defensive, and we ended up conceding, and then we had no attacking outlet, and that's why we'd have gone up. If we'd have played that Stockport team that's turned up against Carlisle, we'd have beaten them. So
Charles suggesting that Donny's is Villa over the years.
Bradford have never gone for the youth model, though, like some other clubs like a Crewe or a Swindon have, where they sort of loan youth players and develop them.
I mean, Bradford actually loan useful, experienced players
and like players that are first team ready, rather than get other players from other teams match fit. which sort of
we do loan youth players. We do. That's what, like I say, Scott Banks and with Dion Pereira, Tyreek Wright. I will say
one or two of them. They don't pack the squad full of them, which is what I mean. Like your Cruz or your Swindons, they work with established players to improve them. Whether, like, say, even Swindon in 2015, they had about 5 youth Spurs players. Some were brilliant. If you look at Masalawongos, Nathan Burns, Ryan Masons, all those sort of players, fantastic.
Oh, Ryan Mason.
He was class, Ryan Mason. He was magic. Really good players back then. Obviously, you get a few duds like Perrott, but...
Sorry, I'm just going to throw out for Ollie. The reason they've never had a consistent loan club is because their whole transfer policy up until this year of taking Swindon's squad of 3 years ago is just whoever Ipswich release.
Yeah,
that was another one. God,
and I can say that because Si's told us that times when he's been on our show. Oh, how's he miss? Is that a great save or is that a bad miss?
It is.
I think that's a great save.
It is a great save. It's an instinctive save.
That's a very instinctive save.
Opposite. Who is the worst loan signing you've had?
Loan signing or club that keeps sending us dross?
Well, it could be either or. Because for me, it was when Doncaster. It was Doncaster when they sent us Bruce Dyer.
Bruce Dyer.
I'm going to double check.
I'll go horrible. And
the worst loan player probably has to be.
Miguel's
has to be Kovar.
Kovar.
He was absolutely terrible, and then just another player that has left Swindon and gone on to have a half-decent career.
Playing European football and winning
European football and going for millions of pounds.
Yeah,
Kovar was rubbish.
So last season we had Dan Oyegoke on loan from Brentford. He was bang average, couldn't really do anything. Hearts signed him in the summer, and he's just been signed.
Is this the player that you put in the WhatsApp chat?
Yeah, he's been signed by Verona for 800 grand. He's going to be playing Milan.
Oh, mate, you should have seen it in the summer when. So we had Jake O'Brien on loan, and obviously he went out to France. You should have seen our WhatsApp chat when Everton spunked 15 million on him or whatever it was. We were pissing ourselves.
We were like with Dan. How's he got? His agent must be shit.
Actually, Ben, I've got another team to throw at you for the first question. Teams that send us good players on loan. Watford. Watford tend to send us good players. Gerald Eiffel was on loan. Hammer Buatsa was on loan.
Was Glasgow loan? He was at Stevenage, wasn't he? And then
there's a couple of
he
others.
Scored against Newcastle, against Stevenage, and we had him through that. He scored against us in the FA Cup.
Who's that?
Glazioli. Because he scored against Newcastle that very same season. He scored the winner against them, and then he scored against Newcastle in the next round, so we signed him. Back in the days where we'd see a player we liked, so we just paid for him. Brilliant day.
Did Anthony McNamee not come from Watford as well?
McNamee. We all dreamed of it. Yes, a team of McNamees.
Yeah, sort of mid-2000s, Watford used to send us some quality players.
Yeah, back then, yeah. We did. Anthony McNamee, little tricky winger.
Love McNamee. Celtic has to be a mention as well, obviously, with Cadiz Ferry. Although Ben Hutchinson as well. What was the guy that never appeared?
Oh, Milan Muson.
Milan Musan. Whatever happened to
signed for the club. T-shirt and everything. Next best thing, then play a single game.
So,
and who's that?
Another one for you then. Who is the obscure player that signed for your club? Didn't really do anything, but you just cannot forget.
Lessenau Jean-Francois.
Jean-Francois.
Without a shadow of a doubt, like cult hero at Swindon. Never actually did anything. Loved him to bits.
Why though? What was it about him?
I don't know. Probably just his name.
Jean-Francois.
The way I thought you were going with the question, the answer was going to be Miguel Dominguez. Because he was an obscure player we signed that was unbelievably good. He played one season for us, got signed for Cardiff, and won their Player of the Year, and then disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah, he was good, Miguel Dominguez.
So we had back in 2007 a player called Willie Top, and that's not a joke. That's not a joke. It was called Willie Top, and they did this big thing. They used to have woolly hats for him. Thing is, he was from Chile. He was a Chile international,
Nice.
and I swear, in the brief minutes we saw him play, he was phenomenal. Like, he genuinely. Do you know, like when Messi had like he's like quite like Bobby. He had that sort of head. He genuinely like his footwork, the way the ball stuck to him. We were all like, we have got a player here. Anyway, it turns out he doesn't like the cold, so he left and went. I think he went to Barcelona C. But the club had this whole campaign around him because he was called Willie Top. There were woolly hats, and it said Billy, not Willie.
Nice.
And that was the whole campaign around Billy, not Will. But genuinely, give him a Google. Willie Top was phenomenal for us. He was in that just those. I'll never ever forget how good he was in those little fleeting moments. It was beautiful. I miss it.
Honestly, like when I think back now, and Ben, you can agree or disagree, of course. Jean-Francois was one of those, because you say about obscure players that never did anything but meant the world and that. Jean-Francois was one of those sort of centre-backs who everything he did felt like silk, yet you were never confident he A, knew what he was doing, or B, was doing it correctly.
No, he was. He could pick a pass to Jean-Francois.
He could pick a pass good for Jean-Francois.
He could pick a pass on Jean-Francois. He was not bad. Ball playing centre back.
He was about 6'5" as well, but again, you weren't confident in the air.
No, he wasn't that good. He's sort of lower range, bottom of League One type, but he had a little bit.
His stock.
So it's good saying here, Guy Lane and Dumbu and Sungu.
What a name!
He was on loan. I think possibly Watford.
Come on, Watford. Let's keep mentioning Watford. Come on.
He was a defender. He was a great. No, he won't have been Watford, will it? Because I'm sure that was Damien Stewart who came the same season. Hang on, and Dumbu.
I'm not even trying.
At this point, someone's going to look at Liam's search history, think he's just fallen asleep on the keyboard.
No, we actually loaned him from Gillingham.
Gillingham.
Yeah, weirdly, he's only 42 now. He retired in 2008, so he retired at the age of 25. Let me find out why he retired. He wasn't that bad for us, but he made this big thing. I remember the article. He was talking about how he's famous in back in his home country. He said, "I'm like David Beckham." So obviously then it was the chance of two David Beckhams instead of one David. It was like two David Beckhams. So like, yeah, I remember Gillingham. Weirdly, he played for us against Gillingham. I'm sure he did. Or it might have been Yeovil. I just remember being in like a scaffolding stand behind the goal. It might have been Yeovil. But yeah, Guyland and Dumbo and Sundu.
I've just seen. I mean, I'm no expert in this particular field here, but I've just seen Charles' comment above that where he's talking about some names for worst permanent signing.
Yeah.
Is Rashawn Williams not an NFL player?
He was at Donny. Was it last season? He was at Donny. Or the season before? He's only
sure he's a quarterback or something for like Eagles.
Yeah, Jordy Hawula is one where we had Jordy Hawula as well. Yeah, not good.
That's not Dodo as in I want to say Joe.
Joe Dodo.
The one that ended up going to Rangers, surely.
Joe. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is.
He was
at Rangers till 2019, and he ended up at Doncaster in 2021 to 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always thought he was a half decent player when I watched him play. I watch a bit of SPL because I'm half Scottish, and I always thought he was half decent at Rangers.
Which half?
Well, which half of me? From the waist down.
Yeah. He wears a kilt.
Where's a kilt?
The kilt. Charles asked who we think Donny's obscure signing is. I
couldn't even tell you.
You need to tell us that, Charles. We're not Donny fans.
Name your obscure signings, Christ.
I'd love to say I was knowledgeable enough on all the teams in League Two, mate, but I'm just
not that much. My own team is fine.
I mean, in terms of
Tyler's going off, by the way.
Yeah, in terms of. I don't want to say he's not obscure, but in terms of a signing that you didn't need to make.
Wow. Have you seen the comment that's just come through from Scuds, by the way? It's just me Googling Willie Top.
Oh, he's got bring him home. Bring him home.
Bring him home.
Really MLS. Matter of time before he's back in BDA's manager. Bring him home. We'll get him hand warmers and a coat, and he'll be absolutely fine. No, Chal, for Donny, you signed him Keelan Lavery, however you pronounce it, who was at us and then went to Scunthorpe. When I remember when you signed him, I was just like, why have you signed him? All he says, we've had plenty of obscure signings. Why do they all have names you can't pronounce?
That's why they're obscure.
Yeah, played for us during COVID season. Signed from Breda. Was last at Seven Oaks Town, as far as I know. Fuck me, he's just not left. And then Charles says Damien Plessis didn't make an appearance and then did well in lower league France. Scud says, fingers crossed my missus doesn't check my D. I beg your pardon?
surely you want your missus to check
would
your
be the
D.
person to do that. Yeah. Search history.
Yeah. And then evening chaps, we have Jojo Walcott not in the Crawley squad on Saturday and Rory Feely leaving
Bradford bound.
Jojo is Bradford bound, apparently.
Yeah, he's got a Bradford. H.
Yeah, we're in for a goalkeeper, and he's from the Crawley side. I've been told he's League Two bound, so it makes sense. We've got quite a good relationship with Crawley when it comes to stuff like that, and I know that our owners or our CEO and their owners talk quite a lot, or used to talk quite a lot anyway. So yeah, I think he
Bradford bound. Strange player links as well that I found out fairly recently. Joe Wesley, our recent signing from Burnley, his dad is the former EFL legend Graham Wesley.
This is the 5th time you've told me this.
I didn't know. I've not said it live though, and I heard it on the chat, so I thought I'd put it out there. Also, Royce Brownlee, an obscure signing.
Royce Brownlee and Fola Onabuje.
Yeah, Royce Brownlee's son is joining Portsmouth from America, Australia.
True?
Yeah,
So
his son's joining Portsmouth.
On your Wesley point, you've mentioned it 5 times. Have I told you that Bradford are 2 points off the Autos with a game in hand?
And the form.
Yeah, are they in form? Are they, Bradford?
Yeah, top of the form table. Yeah.
In form table. Closely followed by.
Fucking apparently Swindon Town.
Apparently, fuck knows how that's happened, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Leicester we won 5 and 6 away.
Well, trying to think of some more obscure signings. Another one then. A player that's come to your club or came into your club with a hype.
It's a goal.
Oh, that's terrible. And it's against the run of play.
Is it for Donny?
That's poor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great finish.
That's over. Game over.
No, it's not a great finish. It's a lucky finish, but
it's a hit. Wow. It's a miss hit. Is that? He's not. That's a cross.
That's a cross, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that Josh Davison yesterday crossed?
I haven't seen that.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I need to look.
Have a look. Oh, Josh Davison's goal yesterday. Can you tell me that's not a cross?
So my question is, a player that came to you with fanfare, that came with so much promise that never ever lived up to the hype.
Ooh.
Elliot Benyon.
Elliot Benyon. Yeah, it's got to be. We've got to have some high profile one that was. Elliot Benyon.
Nearly.
What's happened? Nearly. Player with height.
He's got to do better there.
Expected loads from.
Mine is Bobby Petter.
Bobby Petter.
We signed him. Honestly, we were all so excited. We were like, Celtic legend Bobby Petter. His missus is a stunner. We are getting everything we need. And he turned up twice in that season. Both games on Sky against Huddersfield. And that was it. That's all we saw of him. So, yeah, Bobby Petter for me. Yeah. Oh, do you know what we should do? Should we have a bit of fun here?
Go on.
Shall we build a Bradford Swindon combined 11 players that have played for both clubs?
Oof. Have we got 11?
Best player, best or worst, or both?
Best. Do best.
So Rhys Evans.
Rhys Evans, goalkeeper, has to be.
Paul Caddis.
Paul Caddis.
It's this Grant. What's his name? It was a fullback. Grant. His surname was Grant. I'm going to have to look it up in a minute.
Did you guys have Billy Painter?
We did. He was in the first round of Charlie Austin.
Yeah. And Simon Pop. Yeah.
He fucked off our playoff final because he wanted to play for Leeds.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
And he was shit at Leeds as well.
So, fun fact, he was, and Leeds fans will always tell you he was shit, but he also got their goal of the season in his first year, the only goal he scored that year.
Yeah. Grant, I'm trying to think of who, because I recognise the name and it's just my mind's blank. We've spoken about this before. No. Christ. Okay, who else? Obviously got Jake. Well,
obviously got Ginger
Young up front with Pele. Jake run up front with Pele. Top two. Yeah.
Well, no. Can we make it a front three so Alan Connell can be in there as well?
Alan Connell. Yeah.
Billy Taylor just behind him. We'll play the front four.
Can we play 4-2-4?
Yeah.
He's trying it again.
We'll play whatever formation we want to. We can play because I don't think there's been many defenders. Critchlow. Romany Critchlow.
Rafael De Vita.
Rafael De Vita, by the way, what a guy.
Yeah, Rafael.
Did you see me and Critchlow having a chat earlier on Twitter?
No.
So he shared.
Oh, yeah. I saw, yeah. Critchlow's another one.
Who?
Critchlow's another one. Yeah, sorry.
So we were saying that someone shared out Man City's goal against you. One of Man City goals against you, and Critchlow's in it defending, and he's like, "Oh, come on now, we don't need to see this." And I was like, "Yeah, but what of you?" Because obviously he was on the pitch, and he's like, "Yeah, in fairness, he was best player on pitch, so it's fine." And I went, "Plus, it made you the player that you ended up being at Bradford, so every cloud." So he's. I'm surprised no one's picked him up. I am surprised, unless Peterborough are just asking for too much money, which wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility. Jack Payne. Oh, we've got a very attacking. We have got a very, very attacking team, a defender and a goalkeeper.
Okay, hang on. It's okay. Right, so I have a list here of players that have played for both clubs.
Can I recommend a manager that I think may be?
Sure. By the way, we've missed an obvious player.
Right, let us think about it before you say it. But manager, did you have Colin Todd?
Yeah.
We did have bloody rubbish Colin Todd.
He was shy for us as well, but I think that's the only manager with more fans.
He was at Bolton and yeah. Right. Cammy though. Did Cammy play for Bradford or is he just manager?
Cammy, Chris Kamara.
Right. I'll name players from sort of our era. I won't go right back. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just get both of your reactions from the Swindon Bradford perspective.
Yeah. Yes, Scuds has got it. Peter Fawn.
Peter Vaughan.
Just throwing it out there, the absolute nailed-on obvious one that we missed is Stephen Darby.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Dubs. Sorry, man.
Dubs.
Right. Here's some names from the not-too-distant past. Let's get a Swindon and Bradford perspective on these players, okay? Moses Ashikodi.
What a fucking shit show.
Yeah, he's shit. He was shit.
He was
David Ball.
Another one that was absolute shit.
We had him on loan, didn't we? He had a half a good season. And maybe he scored in like a 4-4 draw with Peterborough.
Was he tiny, by the way?
Love the fact that Scuds is saying we're going 7 up top.
Yeah, we go.
We are going to well, Peter Vaughan was legend. I love Peter Vaughan.
Kyle Bennett.
I don't even remember Kyle Bennett.
He's that one at Portsmouth, wasn't he?
Paul Caddis.
Cads, yeah, love Cads.
Cads became in and then got released 24 hours later, I think.
Sir Alan Connell, who we've all been on stream with before.
We have. Sir Alan, he's a good guy. I like Connell. We got him at probably the wrong time of his career. It was unfortunate that he came into us in that season.
Yeah.
But he still offered a lot for me. He was one of them that was like so dependable.
Romanoy Critchlow.
Oh gosh.
Rolls Royce
play at this level.
Yeah.
Should be playing regularly in League One.
Stephen Darby.
Yeah, legend.
Baby. Stephen
Rafa De Vita.
Rafa was underrated for me.
Owen Doyle.
He was shite.
Absolutely fucking amazing striker at this level.
Hello.
Player we mentioned earlier, Ryan East.
I still like Easty. I've got such a soft spot for Easty.
This is going back a little bit further, but Gareth Edds.
Next in line.
Yeah.
Paul Evans.
Oh, Paul Evans.
Did he play for us around 2006, 2007?
Yeah. Fifey, do you remember? He's the one that scored from the halfway line.
Yeah, he's the one that just shoots from distance. Yeah.
Yeah, he loved to goal from distance. He shot from the halfway line, scored against Wrexham.
We've obviously mentioned Rhys Evans before. Let's go down. Lee Holmes.
Holmes.
What a lone player he was for us, by the way.
Tricky winger.
Yeah. From we I think we had him first. I think we had him before you guys. I think we had him. We had him from Derby when he. I think we.
Yeah, we had him from Derby as well.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Lee Holmes. We got him along with Nathan Doyle on loan.
He scored against us against Oxford, so we signed him. I love them days.
He came to you first. He actually came to you first. He came to us straight after.
Yeah, he was at Oxford, and then
he was very young when he came to us.
He made his debut at Wembley.
He came to you twice.
Yeah. Nearly a third time.
2004-05, then came back in 2012. Yeah. He played for Swindon on loan, then Bradford on loan, then Walsall on loan.
Just sampling all parts of the country.
Lee Holmes. Okay.
Eminem, Mark Marshall.
Mark Marshall.
He just left Crawley last year. Play a coach. He's a coach now somewhere down that way.
We've mentioned Jack Payne. We've mentioned Billy Painter. Michael Proctor.
Oh, yeah. Don't remember that much of him.
No, not getting. Jake Reeves.
Reeves, midfielder, yeah.
At least we've got some midfield options now.
Reeves could have been.
Oh, of course, on the other side. We've got an abundance of right backs. We've finally got a left back. I always pronounce his surname wrong. Liam Rydal.
Oh, Ryder. Now, when he first started, when he was really young, Paolo signed him at Swindon, and he was really, really good. I really liked him. He was a loanee.
He lives around the corner from me. He's literally
get him on Fools for me, then.
Yeah, get him on Fools.
Mate, you want? I've got his number. I'll give
not round now. See what he's up to. See if he's on.
Doncaster are really trying to put this in their own net and failing miserably.
I'll get this game back.
Another left back, Alan Sheehan.
She and another one that were decent for us, but again, probably wrong time of his career.
Obviously, we've spoken at length about Tyler Smith. Jordan Stevens?
Don't remember much about him. There's going to be a bunch here that are just...
Danny Ward. What a player, Danny Ward.
Danny Ward. You don't remember Danny Ward? He's at Huddersfield now, isn't he? Still?
I remember him. He's from Bradford.
Hey.
I'm sure he's from Bradford. Hang on, let me double check, but I'm positive he's from Bradford. He was going to come on our podcast last year.
Quality player.
Yeah, he was going to come on podcast last year because I did some stuff with Huddersfield, but
then of course you've got Jake.
His Wikipedia is completely out. It says Daniel Carl Ward is an English professional footballer who plays as a forward or winger for Championship club Huddersfield Town.
The final names of mention, obviously you've got Jake Young, you've got Mark Yates, and Gareth Worley.
Gareth Worley was shit.
The thing is, with
he was about 50 when he played for us, Ben.
Yeah, he was shit.
Danny Ward wouldn't count because he never played for us. He was a youth player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leeds.
Let me you talk amongst yourselves for the benefit of the three people who are really going in the chat. I'll have a look for some played for us both. Colchester will be just a whole squad list.
It's just the 21, 22.
Yeah, I'll just read our squad list from 3 years ago. Who else we've got? Dale was Notts County, wasn't he?
Oh, Notts County. My first ever game was Notts County. Swindon game was that. We won 5-1.
My first ever Swindon game was Man United's under-19s in a pre-season friendly.
Ooh. What's your first ever game, Liam?
It's first ever Swindon game.
No. First ever game you went to.
Oh, my first ever game I went to was Dundee United in what was the UEFA Cup at the time.
Yeah, I was Halifax Town because my dad played there at the time.
Okay, so for the benefit of Dale, Ben, this is for you. Just I won't go through all of them like we did with Bradford, but just a couple of token names that have played for us both. Swindon and Notts County. Jeremy Barmy. John Bostock.
Bostock, yeah.
Kieran Brennan. Colin Calderwood. Yeah. Has to be mentioned.
Yeah, legend. Calderwood played for Notts County.
Charlie Colkett. Stephen Darby again.
He's got about it.
Kieran Freeman.
Mm-hmm. What a legend. What a legend, Kieran Freeman.
Jake Jervis.
Jake Jervis. Decent striker. Yeah.
Steve Mildenhall.
Mildy.
Who else we got of note here? Will Randall. Jake Reeves again.
Yeah.
Matt Ritchie. Alan Sheehan again. Fucking hell, we've got loads of players that played for us all.
Sheehan.
We could pick 3 teams, and we should do it amongst the group of us in the WhatsApp. We've got to play for
all of our teams.
All of our teams.
By the way,
it's going to be one. It's going to be one.
Player, Ben, underrated player that's played for us in Notts County, Drissa Traore. Love Drissa Traore.
Drissa was shit.
Nah.
I was just so taking the relegation that season. He was a tough tackler, though. I'll give you that. He was a nutter. But yeah, I don't think too much of him.
What was it? Rowan Ince, the other midfielder. Drissa Traore and Rowan Ince.
He's one good spell at Swindon his whole career, but he was a legend, wasn't he?
And just kept sinking down the league afterwards.
I couldn't get why he was so his career didn't kick on because he was so good.
Can anyone beat that for a first game from Scuds? My dad
4-4 versus Derby in the Prem.
4-4 versus Derby in the Prem. Hat-trick, 2 penalties and a red card.
That's not bad for a first game. That's going to catch the bug in it. Any other game up, that'd be a disappointment.
I could beat it.
Go on. Him.
Blackpool away 1996 playoff semi-final second leg.
You'll have to enlighten us because I do not remember that.
We lost 2-0 in the first leg.
Yeah.
And Blackpool in their programme for the second leg had deals for Wembley hotels. They had directions. They had coach travel, and we won 3-0. And all Bradford programs like, thank you.
Quick list for Chal.
That would have been officially Bradford wise. That would have been it.
Quick list for Chal. Played for us both. Keshi Anderson, Matthew Baudry, John Bostock. Gordon Greer. I loved Gordon Greer.
Greer.
I wish we had a Gordon Greer now.
I love one now. Oh, Gordon Greer, Captain Fantastic.
Kyle Noyle. Ryan Mason.
Ryan Mason.
John Moncur, for those a little bit older. Danny and Gesson, who surely Danny and Gesson must have played for Bradford at some point. He played for every single Football League club.
Danny and Gesson.
I don't think, no, I'm sure he didn't.
Fabian Robert.
Never forgiven him.
Michael Timlin, Harry Toffolo, and Andy Williams.
Harry Toff.
See if we can find a few rogue Colchester ones for Ollie while we're doing this. Well, it's full time, by the way.
Yeah, it is finished 3-1 to Donny.
We've gone into this chat because the game petered out into nothingness.
Yeah.
Right, a couple of honourable mentions for Colchester then. Let's see what we got. Obviously, they're still current players, so I'm not counting them. Current players. Luke Norris, Frank Nuble, Lloyd Apara, David Prutton, Michael Rose, Jamie Sendels-White. He was on our show the other day. Tony Thorpe, Ben Tozer, and of course, Will Wright. There you go. A few honourable mentions for Colchester as well.
Right. I've text rides. Is it Guiseley now? So I've asked the question. Will Liam get Swindon tattoo if Swindon get promoted this season?
Okay, now.
Mate, I think even I'd consider getting a tattoo if we got promoted this season.
Mate, if we get, I'm getting you hollow in my arse if we get promoted.
He's got all the way on his arse. He's got all the way.
I want to knock this on your head right now, though. To be quite honest, any Swindon fans that have been tweeting about getting the playoffs or anything, 70 points to get in the playoff. That means Swindon need another 36 points. 36 points from 18 games. It's not happening. It was 17 games. It's not happening. Not happening. Yeah.
I said it last season, didn't I, about Pete Wild? I said if he got Barrow promoted, I would get his name tattooed on me. And I actually I've got the design. I've still got it. And it got to a point where I was actually quite looking forward to getting it done. But then it didn't happen. Fuming. And he knew about it because when we went over to training ground and were talking about it, he was just like, you're mad. I'm like, yeah, but if you go up, it'll be worth it. Like, because this story would just be incredible. Anyway, yeah, so they didn't go up, but I would have done it. Who is the only player to get 3 red cards in one match?
Danny Mills.
Just Brandon?
I only say that because I remember a game for Leeds where they had about 4 bold players and like Danny Mills was supposed to get sent off and I think like Stephen McPhail or something did.
Yeah, but 3 reds in one match. I know I've seen the 2 reds in a match. I think Graham Poll did that once when he in the World Cup when he booked a player twice.
He give him.
Him off.
No, yeah. I don't know how I didn't get it. Yeah, it's Dean Windass.
Dean Windass got 3 in 1.
Yeah, he in 1997 he got 3 red cards. I think he was playing for, I want to say Aberdeen at the time. I'm just reading now to find it. Yeah, Aberdeen. So let's find out what happened. So Windass launched into another tackle that redefined the word industrial when the Dundee United player, having been sived successfully to the floor, referee Stuart Dougal had no choice but to send Windass off from the field. But before any fans in attendance could construct a thought containing the word toys and prams, Windass let rip a volley of abuse at the poor match official. This being Scotland, it was highly likely Windass was told to go and take his face for a shite in response. Nevertheless, he picked up his second red card. Not content with his amateur dramatics performance, Windass eyed a unique hat trick. Marching from the field, he proceeded to rip the corner flag out of the turf and fling it on the ground. And he got his 3rd red card.
Jesus Christ.
Windass as well is, I think, one of the only players to receive a red card in the car park after the game.
Fair play.
Against referee none other than fucking Darren Drysdale.
Oh, the legend.
Windass, he had a shit game. After Windass was leaving, Drysdale was in the car park getting his car. Windass was going to whiz him. Windass told him not to give up the day job. Drysdale said that he gave him a load of abuse and was swearing, and Windass were like, I had Josh in the car with me. So I didn't swear. I told him not to give up the day job. Fifey, what's that website you're using? Scuds has found it. He said he's found that website.
He hasn't, because I was just using our Town Enders website, which tracks ex-Swindon players.
Scuds, share the link.
Liam wants this site. It looks much more fun.
I want to know who played for Bradford and Barcelona.
Well, you've got one player, haven't you, that we found out, Mr. Top.
No, but he was Barcelona C, so it doesn't count. But who played for Barcelona and Bradford? Mark Hughes played for Barca and managed Bradford. That's close. Wanjo. Yes! Holy shit. Scuds, share the link. I need to see this. I need to see this website. Let's have a look. Fine players. Is it FB Ref?
You got
it is. So FB Ref, I think, allows you to pick your squad. So I can do Bradford. So let's have a think. Let's think of some others. Swindon, give me another team.
Well, I've got a random one for you, but it sort of left one country to play. Right, Leicester Lorenzo plays Argentina in the World Cup final in 1990 against West Germany, playing against Jurgen Klinsmann, Bertie Müller, all them. But that's his next game after playing for Argentina is for Swindon Town. You imagine that phone call, because our manager at the time was Ozzy Ardiles, going, "You come play for my club." "Oh, Ozzy, I'll follow you," because he's Ozzy Ardiles, Argentinian legend. Turning up at the county ground in Swindon, Argentinian centre-back, World Cup finalist, played throughout the whole tournament. Just go, "That's a nice training ground." And it's fucking Swindon. He played 14 times for us before leaving. Leicester Lorenzo. That's probably one of the most bizarre.
We had, obviously, when Gareth Evans played for us, he played for us in like 2008 and 2009. And after he left, came back in 2020. And McCall signed him again for the second time. Came back in 2020, and after his meeting and stuff,
he was like, his 38th spell as manager.
Yeah, it was like, we'll see you at training in the morning, Evo. And Evo were like, where do I go for training? He's like, you know where we go. He's like, you're still training the school. We're still training on a school's hockey pitch, but the issue is, if the school has a hockey tournament, we're not allowed to train. So we've been booted off the training pitch so the school can use it for stuff. Yeah, strange. Very, very, very strange. This website works. So it's fbref.com. You choose 2 teams. You can choose up to 4 teams. So I could say Swindon, Bradford. So let's have a look. Swindon, Bradford City, AFC, and who else can we throw in there? Give us a team.
Let's go with Sampdoria.
Okay,
Sampdoria.
That's not going to throw any up.
No. What about
English team?
Do we go to the randoms? Do we go Chelsea or something like that?
Chelsea. Okay. Well, we've got. I don't know. I'm thinking this will be just players that played for. There's surely not going to be many players that played for all 3. No one has played for all 3.
Well, we've got to think Manchester United gone, because that's a northern club, and we've had a few Man United loans in the past.
Manchester United. No one has played for all 3.
Man City?
Man City. Ooh, I can think of one, and I aren't 100% sure if he played for you, but I think he did. Nicky Summerby.
Nicky Sabuzza, yeah. What a player. What he's known on it.
I had visions of him in your shirt.
Oh, he was great. He was such a brilliant little tricky wingback. When Glenn Hoddle introduced wingbacks in the day back into English football, and Nicky Summerby was one of the best crosser I've seen of the ball ever in a swim.
So that's something that I was just going to say. I can't remember who said it, but it was around like David Beckham's peak, and they said that there's only one player in English football that is a better crosser, that's ever been a better crosser of the ball than David Beckham, and it was Nicky Summerby. He could drop that football from 50 yards on a 5-pence piece.
Yeah, Nicky Summerby. Yeah,
he was quality.
Do you know he was also he was on record breakers as well. He has a World Cup record. Yeah, he had the hardest shot, and it was him and Julian Dix. Nicky Summerby could batter a ball as well, and I think he had it over Julian Dix.
Fair play.
I loved him. Oh, brilliant. Good career.
Well, guys, I'm going to slowly wrap this up now. But I say slowly, I'm just going to wrap it up because I need to go to bed. Liv goes on holiday tomorrow, so I need to say goodbye.
I need to eat something.
Fifey needs to eat something. But this has been fun. I like the watch. They're nice and casual. We will see you when we do our podcast. We'll see you on the other side, guys. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for coming on.
See ya.